Welcome to Trending Now USA, and I'm Bella. Thank you for joining us. Today, we're covering a developing story that has rapidly gained attention across the tennis community, sports journalism outlets, and social media platforms worldwide. A short backstage video clip involving American tennis stars Madison Keys and Coco Gauff has gone viral, and it has sparked widespread debate regarding whether there was visible tension or possible frustration between the two players. As discussions continue to grow online, analysts, former athletes, and fans are sharing their opinions, trying to determine what truly happened and whether the moment reflects a misunderstanding, competitive emotions, or something more meaningful. The incident began shortly after Coco Gauff finished her match during a recent tournament. The broadcast feed captured hallway footage showing both players walking through the players' area, a space typically reserved for athletes, coaches, and accredited personnel. In the clip, Coco Gauff appears relaxed, conversing with a member of her team, while Madison Keys walks through the frame appearing serious or focused. While there is no audible exchange between them in the original broadcast, viewers quickly took notice after the moment was shared online, replayed, slowed down, zoomed in, and dissected. At first glance, the interaction or lack of interaction seems ordinary. Athletes routinely move past each other in hallways without greeting or acknowledgement, especially in competitive environments where concentration is key. However, many viewers online interpreted Madison Keys' body language as frustration. Others argued that Coco Gauff appeared to avoid eye contact. These interpretations have fueled speculation that there may be underlying tension, though no confirmed statements from either athlete suggest animosity. The viral spread of the clip began just hours after the match when a fan account posted the hallway moment to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. The accompanying caption stated, "Something was definitely off here." That single post accumulated hundreds of thousands of views within the first hour, and within 24 hours, it had surpassed several million. Soon after, sports blogs, commentary channels, and tennis-focused social media pages picked up the clip. Some published polls asking viewers whether they believed there was a conflict. Others offered detailed body language analysis, comparing the moment to similar post-match interactions from other players in past tournaments. While the internet was busy analyzing expressions and posture, sports journalists began reaching out to both players' teams for comment. At the time of this report, neither Coco Gauff nor Madison Keys has issued an official statement addressing the clip directly. However, individuals close to both camps have spoken informally, offering context and perspective. One person familiar with the situation suggested that Madison Keys was simply processing the outcome of her match, which did not go as planned. Competing at a professional level demands emotional investment, and it is common for athletes to feel disappointed or frustrated afterward, not at opponents specifically, but at circumstances, performance, or decisions made during the game. Another source connected to the broader tournament environment pointed out that Coco Gauff's demeanor in the hallway appeared natural. After a match, players often move quickly with their support teams to recovery areas or press zones, meaning there was likely no intention to ignore or dismiss anyone. Meanwhile, commentators and former tennis professionals have also weighed in publicly. One analyst speaking on a televised panel explained that professional sports require intense focus, and backstage areas can often feel emotionally charged. They emphasized that not every moment captured on camera is representative of the relationship players share. Another commentator echoed this view, stating, "A neutral or serious expression should not automatically be interpreted as anger or resentment. The public sees only a fragment, not the full context." Still, the discussion online continues because the viral clip led to additional speculation about past matches between the two athletes. Some users began revisiting earlier tournaments, pointing out close or emotionally intense matches where either Gauff or Keys expressed visible competitive energy. However, none of those instances showed direct conflict or disrespect. This situation raises a familiar question in modern sports media. How much of what fans believe is shaped by context, and how much is shaped by editing, framing, repetition, and online commentary? Experts in media communication note that viral content often evolves beyond the original footage. What begins as a brief silent moment can rapidly become a narrative, especially when fans and creators add their own theories, captions, and interpretations. The rapid cycle of consumption, reaction, and reposting can turn neutral interactions into perceived controversies. The conversation also highlights the human tendency to look for tension or rivalry between two prominent athletes, particularly when they share competitive history. Whether the athletes themselves feel such rivalry may be entirely different from what the public believes. As the discussion grew, another layer emerged: sportsmanship expectations in modern tennis. Social media users debated whether athletes should always acknowledge each other in shared spaces, especially after emotionally charged matches. While some fans argued that professionalism includes basic acknowledgement, others responded that competitive environments do not guarantee consistent social interaction. Several former players noted that athletes often follow structured routines immediately after matches, including physiological cooldowns and preparation for required interviews. Timing, mindset, and fatigue all play major roles in post-match behavior. While speculation continued online, the clip eventually reached major sports news outlets, prompting formal analysis segments. These discussions focus less on drama and more on context: athlete mental health, competitive pressure, and increased scrutiny in the digital era. Mental health advocates in the sports community have also joined the discussion, cautioning against overinterpretation. They reminded audiences that athletes are often navigating intense emotional landscapes and do not always have the capacity for social engagement immediately after competition. They emphasized that judging players based on brief moments, especially without hearing their voices or seeing the full environment, can lead to unfair conclusions. Meanwhile, media ethics specialists pointed out that moments captured without player intent, especially in transitional backstage areas, raise questions about privacy expectations. Although footage recorded in broadcast areas is technically public, they argue that viewers should maintain awareness that not everything visible is meant for narrative analysis. As the clip continued circulating, fans awaited a statement from either athlete. Instead of addressing the speculation directly, Coco Gauff appeared at a scheduled press conference, where she fielded questions about her match performance, her training adjustments, and upcoming events. When asked vaguely about tournament emotions and interactions, she responded calmly, emphasizing that competition can be intense but respectful. She did not reference the clip. Madison Keys also spoke to the press later, focusing on strategy, performance review, and preparation for future matches. She acknowledged feeling disappointed with her performance, but also expressed optimism about improvement and upcoming opportunities. Like Gauff, she made no direct mention of the viral footage. Their responses, focused, composed, and neutral, left many wondering whether the situation was simply being misinterpreted. Still, reactions online began to shift as more people reconsidered their stance. Some users who initially believed the moment reflected tension later expressed a changed view after watching extended footage of the hallway, which showed additional players and staff walking with neutral expressions. This longer version provided broader context and demonstrated that the hallway environment was fast-paced and routine, rather than personal or emotional. Despite this, the debate remained active, reflecting a larger pattern: public fascination with perceived conflicts between athletes. Rivalries, real or imagined, have always captured audience attention. Whether in tennis, basketball, boxing, or other competitive fields, the idea of personal conflict adds drama, intrigue, and ongoing narrative. However, without statements confirming conflict, the most plausible interpretation aligns with what many professionals have stated. Players sometimes experience strong emotions internally and externally, and backstage areas are not scripted environments designed for public consumption. Today, the debate still continues, but with growing acknowledgement that the clip alone does not provide enough evidence to support claims of anger or conflict. Instead, the moment may simply reflect the reality of elite athletic environments: competitive, intense, and emotionally variable. As this story develops, audiences are encouraged to remain aware of the impact of narrative framing and the difference between speculation and confirmed reporting. While viral content can generate discussion, interpretation should remain grounded in context, evidence, and fairness. For now, both Madison Keys and Coco Gauff continue to train, compete, and maintain professional focus. Whether the public ever receives a direct clarification remains uncertain, and it is entirely possible that neither athlete feels there is anything that needs clarification. Until then, we will continue monitoring updates, statements, and responses from tournament officials, coaching teams, and the athletes themselves. Thank you for watching Trending Now USA. I'm Bella, and we'll bring you further updates as soon as new information becomes available.